Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Let's thank all members. First, Overlanding 11B, Cots and Crazy Boo, thank you for helping out. The Foxman members, Fishman members, helps a lot. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So today we are flying out the F-100, the Supersabre, which got a new BR. It's 9.3 right now. Which, to be honest, as you're going to see, most of the matches it doesn't change anything, to be honest. Most of the matches you will be facing a lot of 10.0s, 10.3s, a lot of them, including the A10, including the Su-25, including MiG-21 SMT, F-5Cs, stuff like that it's just complicated to deal with, you know, in such an old aircraft. It is fairly good, to be honest. The missiles are pretty alright for this BR, as you saw on that MiG-19 kill that I did before, and at this T2 kill that I got right here as well. So it's a fast missile, it doesn't turn too much, but it is an alright missile, to be honest. Here we have an example of a kill that almost got him, I mean, like really almost. So yeah, and I'm facing a J35A, including, I mean, I'm going to do a video on that as well, but still, it is complicated to fly this aircraft. To be honest, I had a terrible time, I'm not gonna lie. It was a difficult aircraft to fly, and even with this BR, it doesn't change the fact that it is a very old aircraft flying against a lot, at least 10 years younger aircraft, you know. So you will see aircraft that, I mean, the SMTs from like 1970, 1971. So not that the year mattered that much, but you know, it's, I mean, if you face Su-25s and A-10s, you are facing missiles from the late 70s, and an aircraft that it's from the early to mid 50s. So you don't have flares, you don't have anything, you're not the fastest thing out there. So it kind of becomes kind of an aircraft that I would even use it as a bomber, like the US used on Vietnam, actually, to be honest, because it is very limited depending on the BR that he gets, you know. So yeah, it's not that you cannot get kills, but I mean, the Su-25 and the A-10 are basically force fields that you cannot get closer, because if you get closer than 2-3 kilometers to them, you're basically dead, which makes you think that, yeah, it's problematic, you know. And then you face aircraft that are faster than you and turn better than you, like the MiG-21s and F-5s and even the MiG-19, right? And then there's aircraft that turns better than you. Also, I mean, I already said that, but still, yeah, that turn better than you, right? So there are aircraft that are faster than you, that turn better than you. I mean, it's just a complicated aircraft. It is still fun. I love the Supersabre because it is a very 50s jet aircraft, and I just love these like 50s aircraft, you know. It is very old and rustic, you know, but it is problematic. It doesn't change much, to be honest. I am going to start spading it fairly soon, the F-100D from the French Air Force, and that thing doesn't even have the AIM-9Es, which will make it even worse, you know. So yeah, I don't know. And the Chinese A also got that BR as well, obviously, because it's the worst one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's complicated because there's not much you can do about this, to be honest. It's an aircraft that you cannot do anything about it, you know. If it gets a lower BR than this, I mean 9.0 in a Supersabre, I mean, come on. But like 9.3, normally you will be facing A-10s and Su-25s. So it's more like we need the Su-25 to be a higher BR. That might help a little bit, but especially I think we need the BR decompression, you know. That would make it so that we have some 10.0s that can be pulling the BRs a little bit upwards for those aircraft, and yeah, it's 10.7s, I mean. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Um, get out there and fly this aircraft. It is still very fun to fly. It loses a lot of energy turning and stuff like that, and it has an alright missile, it has alright guns, but it's not that fast as well. It takes a while to accelerate. It's not the best turning aircraft ever, so it has its problems, but it is still very, very fun to fly. It's just it's always facing, like now 9 out of 10 times it's facing more modern aircraft than your aircraft, you know. I barely had one match that, I mean, I played like 10 matches, 15 matches, and I got like one match, I think, that was a lower BR, like 9.0, 9.3 kind of thing, you know. So, ugh, problematic, right? Kind of, kind of problematic. As you see here, I cannot do anything against the MiG-21. If I try to run, he will shoot an R-60 on me. If I try to out-turn him, he will just kill me, like he did right there. So it's basically complicated, you know. Here we have another example. So most battles you will be facing higher BR aircraft, you know. As you see, the missiles are fairly good, depending on the situation. But still, you are in such a disadvantage that it doesn't really matter, because beyond of the aircraft already having better air performance than you, they have better missiles than you as well. So I don't know, kind of problematic, right? And this is the last battle that I did, and it was the only battle that I got that was not an up tier. So I mean, it was, but it was limited, you know. You only had like 2 or 3 of them, I think. The rest was just 9.0s, 9.3s, 9.7s, and with that you can kind of deal with it, you know, just trying to run away from any Su-25s and A-10s. Everything else becomes a little bit easier if you haven't any MiG-21s, SMTs to face, you know. So yeah, I got the Vautour there, tried to focus on the bombers. They were returning to the base, so I just decided to focus on them a little bit while, I mean, the team is facing superior aircraft. But there's not many of them, you know. Like Milan is superior, but not that much. And there were a couple of A-10s on our team, and I think some Su-25s on the other team. So while that was going on, you know, I was just flying around trying to kill the bombers, you know. And I thought that we were going to lose this actually. I was kind of, yeah, this is the thing. This is the only battle that I managed to actually get a good match on it, a properly good match without dying and stuff. And it is even, it's still a kind of a high tier kind of thing, up tier, you know. But it has less at least, so I guess that was one of the reasons that I managed to actually do something. I mean, if you compare an aircraft like this against a MiG-17, this aircraft is far superior from that, but compared to A-10s with AIM-9Ls and Su-25s again with R-60Ms, like, come on, it's difficult. And the match was kind of already over here, but there were a couple of aircraft flying around. The F-4D there was kind of in a weird position, so I decided to just go up and try to kill it. As you see, he was basically stalling fairly fast, so I decided to shoot a missile. Wasn't the best idea ever. I mean, I should have waited a little bit more, because these missiles don't have the most amount of range ever. But when I saw that the other missile was going to take too much time, or maybe even miss, I shot another one and splash. So yeah, the missile is pretty alright. The main part that it's good on this A9E compared to the B is just that it turns a little bit better, but the main part is that it has speed, you know. It's not a slow missile. It actually accelerates like a late 60s missile, you know, early 70s missile. So you have the speed to actually have the energy to get people. So it's not gonna turn too much, but it will get people like that. AV-8 here, trying to engage us. There were kind of a lot of enemies still, but some of them were eventually crashed, like this one. But yeah, me and the SCL-13 were just kind of flying along. So 3 enemies coming to us. The A4E there. DCL went for it. I decided to not waste a missile here because you never know. And I was losing only 20 minutes of fuel, which is not a very good thing in an afterburning engine, but still. J29 came, missed him. A4 came together with it, went in a head-on. We have a lot of ammo, so you can just spray the gun. Got a kill there. Continue with the acceleration over the mountains. J29 got back to me, decided to get a little bit of speed. So against these aircraft you can actually fight, you know, so at least we have that. Not wanting to complain too much, obviously, but it's just that BR is problematic sometimes, you know. But yeah, he was too fast for me. I just decided to went for the turn. I had to make him overshoot a bit. But the Tunan is a very capable aircraft as well. It's a dangerous aircraft. In general, it's dangerous. So yeah, made him overshoot a bit, but I lost a lot of energy. It didn't have much fuel, as you see, 1 minute. And yeah, the other guy eventually died. The Votur, that was a Votur, I think, and the A4 eventually died as well. Basically, this was the last guy. So yeah, but great game, a lot of kills. But yeah, I see you guys on the next one, and let me know in the comments what you think about the F-100, one of the greatest. See ya guys, bye.